Hello and welcome, Magic lovers. So normally my Saturday deck is an anything goes format, and typically I take a deck that I've played in the past and I replay it through a league just to see if, it's still valid in the format, or give another look at the deck, get some more games in and see how it goes. With the state of the format right now, I don't think it's particularly interesting to just test a deck against Timna over and over again. And I've also have a number of rogue decks that have been submitted to me by viewers, as well as a bunch of rogue decks that I'd like to play. So there's a bunch of rogue decks in the queue, so I thought it might be more interesting. People seem to really like the rogue decks. So for the next couple weeks at least, I'm going to do an ad hoc rogue Saturday, and I hope you guys don't mind. So for this week's deck, I have Yahenni, Undying Partisan. This is a deck that I really wanted to try. A viewer did submit Iname Death's Aspect, and that card does not inspire me, and I don't know. If somebody has a deck list and they want me to give it a try, I will probably give it a try. But I could not see myself building a deck for that. I don't know. It's really high or really low on my list of mono black commanders I'd like to try out. And it reminded me that I've got about 3 other mono black commanders that I'd really, really like to try out. And Yahenni was definitely at the top of the list. It just seems like a really cool card. There's a lot of cool synergies in this deck. So Yahenni has haste. It's a 2/2. Whenever a creature an opponent controls dies, put a 1/1 counter on it. And when you sacrifice another creature, so it's a free sacrifice outlet, which is awesome already, Yahenni gains indestructible until the end of the turn. So your destroy target creature removal doesn't work against Yahenni most of the time as long as you have another creature in play. So the goal is to have a bunch of creatures that come back, like Bloodsoaked Champion, Gravecrawler, Bloodghast, other things like that, and a bunch of repeatable token makers like Bitter Blossom and Sifter of Skulls and Pawn of Ulamog, and there's a few others. So you have a steady stream of creatures that just keep coming back, or, are tokens that are made over and over again, and those kind of things, so that you can always sacrifice a creature to make Yahenni destructible. And then they've got a few other synergies with creatures that you're willing to sacrifice, like Sidisi, or Diabolic Intent. And, there's also Collector Brutality, which you can throw a Bloodghast in the graveyard and you don't really care. So those kind of synergies work really well together. And then you have a ton of removal, so that you're getting rid of your opponent's creatures and putting +1/+1 counters on Yahenni. So you're kind of going to Voltron him up. And then you also have a bunch of Wraths, because you don't really care about your creatures. You can make Yahenni indestructible, and then you swing in, and hopefully you can construct a win that way. So that's the strategy. I think it's really cool. I don't know if it's gonna work, but it seems like a lot of fun, and it's just, when I was building this deck, I'm like, just, man, what the synergies. And you can reasonably just beat face with Gravecrawlers and Scrap Heap Scroungers and those kind of things, and remove your opponent's creatures with an Executioner or something like that. And if the A plan doesn't work, there's always the B plan, and just beating face with these recurring creatures. So let's try it out. I'm excited. All right, got a game. We are on the play, playing against Breya. I want another land, but yeah, I'm gonna try it. Hopefully this Dark Confidant gives us somewhere. Probably just gonna get killed. When it was F6'd. If it gets killed, they're not most likely playing a removal spell. Or a mana rock. They're not playing a mana rock or killing it. So that's pretty awesome. Let's play the Scrounger. Keep up the Undying Evil. It had no +1/+1 counter, so that actually makes Dark Confidant a 3/2. That's pretty awesome. Oh wait. Should have played Yahenni. Alright, so correct to play Yahenni anyways. Probably. Should have done it before combat, but just gonna reanimate it. You got a counter spell? Alright, negate. Can't do much about that. Opponent gets a Watery Grave. Opponent playing Breya. This is -4/-4, so they can kill Yahenni. Oh, they're putting a counter on it. Alright, from your graveyard to the battlefield. What? What? I'm confused. Did I have to target something? There's no targets for Relentless Dead target ability. Oh, a zombie creature. Okay, I couldn't have returned. Do I return it to my hand? Yeah. They're probably going to block with Breya anyways, and if they don't, I don't really care. I was hoping to bring back the Dark Confidant, but I've never played with Relentless Dead before. I just picked up this card. Opponent's at 10 life. They have 6 cards in hand, though. Council's Judgment. Alright. Bantu or Yahenni? Oh, Bantu. We can't bring this back right now. We don't have enough mana. That might have been a reason. Alright, fine by me. Less fine. Alright, let's play the Relentless Dead. Say go. Can either bring back the Scrap Piece Scrounger, or it might be a little late to be putting the Dark Confidant on top of our library. Probably just bring back the Scrap Piece Scrounger. I think that's correct. Opponent's paying 2 life to bring back Breya or to do something else. It's a lot of mana. Oh, there's Breya mana. Alright. You got a Breya. I think you might be dead. No, it's real close. Guess they can block with the tokens. Could have a okay, lightning bolt. All right. They don't even block? That's strange. Let's play the contamination then. Just trying to shut my opponent out of doing anything. It's just one turn. We're just doing one turn. Oh, that sucks. It's tapped at least. Did they really? Does that still work? That should not still work, right? If a land is tapped for mana, it produces black instead of any other type and amount. This is being tapped for mana. It should produce black instead of any other type. Am I wrong? I don't know. That's peculiar. Scepter of Dominance? That's strange. Can we get a mana? Opponent controls dies. I think I can block no matter what, but I can get rid of this thing. They can just take control of it if I bring it back. Let's kill a Thopter. We have to block here. Might be able to kill Yahenni, but gotta try, right? Scrap Heap Scourger can't block. Let's stop on my turn, just in case. We might change this. But we might want a Volrath Stronghold on my upkeep. They're at 1 life. They are at 1 life. Breya is so good. Alright, opponent attacks, because it can't block anyways. If we draw a cheap creature, we can sack it, Banchu's Less Reckoning, and swing for the kill. So I think Volrath Stronghold is off the table, which is unfortunate. It's risky, though. Because we can't Disciple of Bolas. If we bring it back, we can... Yeah. Oh, Jesus, is laggy. So I can play this, force some bad blocks. And then... Oh, no. Wow, this is super laggy. Like, I have nothing open. I don't have anything I can close to make it not laggy. I'll have to restart Magic after this. Opponent is just chumping. So we didn't need to sacrifice the Relentless Dead. Yahenni's out of range of the -4/-4 ability, though, which is awesome. And the next turn we can Bantus with Yahenni having Indestructible. Alright, they have Bribery. It's like Grave Titan or Massacre Worm. I assume they get Massacre Worm. Grey Merchant. Oh, geez. Okay. It keeps you alive, kind of. Tainted Pact. There's a lot of... Yeah, Tainted Pact's really good. Armageddon? Okay. I guess we're racing. I accidentally clicked an extra F2 there. This has Menace, but it doesn't do anything. How'd this thing not die? Oh, it's indestructible. Okay. That makes sense. I never noticed that was indestructible. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We don't have to block yet. So my opponent can't attack all out. So this has Menace. Yeah, I was about to say. Oh, tap target permanent. Oh, jeez. Oh, I want to get this last point of damage in so badly. So badly. You still can't attack all out. Opponents draw a lot of lands. I mean, they've had a Dak Vaden in play for like so many turns. I don't know if there's anything I can draw at this point that would get me out of this. Like, I need a land and a removal spell. I never would have expected the Scepter of Dominance to actually be good. Nothing doing. They can attack all out now. Well, no, they can't, because I can block. They could remove this, and then I'm dead. Alright, so now we're dead. Move to combat. Stupid Scepter of Dominance. Oh. So close. My opponent is at 1 life. 1 life, and I cannot beat them. Yeah. Alright, well, I'm gonna give them the GG. That was actually an awesome game. It won't let me concede. There we go. Alright. So, I mean, an interesting showing against Breya. I still believe Breya, I mean, that card is crazy good and should not be a part of the format. You saw how I had to battle through it like 3 times. Card is nuts. And the card combination, and to have such a good control commander on top of all the other 4-color commanders are like build around. They're not like just this perfect card to put on top of a control deck, like Breya is. And so, like, sometimes you don't even have to deal with Breya because the 4 colors, you just, like, they're so awesome. And it makes such a good control deck. And then, if you do deal with all of their cards, then, oh, well, I'll just play Breya. It's just such a good card. It should not be part of the format. It's way too overpowered. And it limits, what otherwise cool decks like this might, be able to do. I came close. I came darn close. But, man, 1 point of life. And I can't get there. Oh, well. Breya's a good deck. We knew that. All right, we got another game. We are on the play. I believe this is Krenko guy. Krenko. It's totally Krenko guy. This guy's cool. He is always trying this Krenko deck. I'm gonna keep this hand because it's super good. I'm gonna play land, say go. Gotta admire his dedication to the deck. And he's always very jovial. Even when he's losing. Friendly guy. Kind of like the heart of what makes Magic awesome sometimes. It's, players like him. He's very cool. Well, he's playing red. Pile driver. Alright. For each other attacking goblin. Gravecrawler can't block. Marauder. I would rather do post Liliana. I think I won't. Chance Liliana here. Haven't got a chance to use her yet, but she seems really good in this deck. Goblin Chieftain. Alright. Oh, that actually gets him through. Now you need to attack with this thing in order for it to get the bonus. I guess that doesn't get him through, does it? Didn't do the maths. I don't blame him. I thought my instinct was that it gets them through. This is going to make this play super awesome. Because I can play Gravecrawler first. Fleshbag Marauder is a zombie. Also, I get a zombie. I should have attacked first. Oh, that's so awesome. Each player discards a card. Yeah, let's discard a card. I definitely should have attacked first, though. Let's get rid of Undying Evil. I could have attacked for 2, gain 2 life. Tuk-Tuk. Alright, well, there you go. There's the answer. Not surprising that he had one. Oh, and he did a damage. The number of allies you control. Oh, okay. I was like, why did it do 1? I thought it was like the converted mana cost of the artifact, or it's a number of allies. Let's play Gravecrawler. I kind of don't want to get rid of this Grey Merchant. Yeah, we can get it back. We got the Bolrath Stronghold. Not taking up Liliana seems incorrect. Let's just attack with this guy. I want the blockers. I'd like to keep my Liliana alive. We can return Outpost Siege. Okay. We can return the Great Merchant. No reason to sack the Gravecrawler. Wow, that ultimate ability is so awesome in this deck. This thing can't block. This is an easy attack. Do I want to use my Blighted Fen? I could give this Fear. I don't think it really matters. He could have a haste creature. I really want this Liliana ultimate. I don't need a Blighted Fen right now. Goblin Sharpshooter. It's pretty good against us, actually. Alright. Let's play a Fen now. Give him the option between the Scrapper and the... Yeah, I figured the Scrapper. Oh yeah, it gives him a counter. That's pretty awesome. So many synergies, you actually forget them sometimes. I can't play that, can I? Oh, that's too bad. 6 mana. I should have kept that. That would be so good right now. Oh, I have to discard it too. Or I can just... use the Liliana and not keep her around. It's such a good ultimate. I'm gonna go for it. It's so good. And then I don't have to worry about these stupid attacks. The beginning of the next end step. Alright. Do I want... Yeah, no, there's nothing to... Now my opponent probably really wants to, so there's no benefit to sacking the Gravecrawler. I could sack the Flashback Marauder. Actually, yeah, let's do that. I'm glad I did that ultimate. That's so awesome. Let's sacrifice a Gravecrawler. He's probably just going to sacrifice the Goblin, because it... Synergy here is amazing. We want on my opponent's main phase. Oh, wait. They sacrificed the War Marshal? That's so awesome. I mean, the Liliana emblem is really what's amazing, but I think it was definitely right to to use the emblem there. It makes the sharpshooter kind of like actively bad. You gotta do this every turn. It's insane. One damage to me. Okay. Yeah, it's gonna do a lot of damage to me. Let's hope we draw a land. What is it? Is at 14 life. Oh, I put those in the wrong order. I guess we'll sack the Flashback Marauder. Alright, taking some damage. Not anything that super worries me. We could Grey Merchant. We could use the Boras Stronghold to get back Grey Merchant. I'd almost rather this Goblin Sharpshooter. I really want to hit the land and do the Massacre Worm. I think that's the right play. We get a Mog Ward Marshal. I'm not gonna. We can't pay the Echo, so let's just go ahead and sack it. An insane end step. Yeah, and doing this in our end step makes it so we can attack with the 1/1 here. Oh, this is so brutal. And then we can sacrifice it and bring it back. Laser. Yeah, so he's all smiles, even though he got pretty much obliterated there. So he's an awesome guy. I like playing against him. And he loves him his Krenko. All right, so it's pretty nuts. Another match, we are on the playing against Wing Shards, one of my favorite white cards, who is playing Rashmi. And I'm gonna mulligan this 6-lander. This looks okay. And I will keep this land on top of my library. Can't get greedy when you're on the play. So Jet Medallion, pretty clean played, and nothing really else to play. I don't know if we play Yahenni or Bantu. Quirion Elves. Well, that's pretty good. Let's just go ahead and tech Wing Shards. If you played Wing Shards, it'd be pretty good against me. Don't get the Jet Medallion discount on reassembling our skeleton. Heritage Druid. So is this Rashmi Elves? Looks like. Alright, well I won't be countering any spells. Static Orb. Untap more than 2 permanents during their upkeep. Wow. So it's Rashmi Elves stacks, huh? Alright. Well, I guess these two. Can't really ever do anything about that static orb. I'm gonna Altar's Reap this skeleton, trying to hit a land, and I did not hit a land. Opponent attacking? Come on. I could reanimate or animate dead the skeleton, but I don't think that's an ideal play. Let's just say go. Be a much better position if we had hit land drops. I wasn't even greedy on the scry. We just haven't hit any lands since our starting turn. Seed-born Muse. Oh my god, that's a blowout and a half. Can I kill that thing? No, not really. I think we have to scry. I don't think I can keep either of these. Brutality doesn't kill it. Let's just play the arena, I guess. I mean, I love Rashmi. Rashmi is one of my favorite commanders. I'm not too sad to be losing to Rashmi right now. Which isn't to say that I don't want to win. Alright, opponent gets in with Seedborn Muse. Where are the lands? I can't with these lands right now. I have to play a card or discard a card. This Rashmi is going to bury me. Alright, well, let's discard the Massacre Worm. Alright. To play that for 1 mana thing. It's not a ton of value there. I'm not going to reassemble the skeleton. Don't really care about 2 damage. 4 damage. Okay, there's land. Well, that felt pretty good. I think we collected Brutality. The Seedborn Muse. Do we have a zombie? We'll get rid of Scrap Heat. Well, I mean, do I need to? No, I just need to kill the creature, right? And then let's swing. Opponent takes 7 damage. Play Bantu. I could play. I don't think I want to play anything. I could Disciple a Bolus and get the Massacre Worm back. I did a lot of damage with that and then discard the Massacre Worm, draw 5 cards, gain 5 life. But I just don't think I care about that. I think I want to be able to untap lands. Opponent only has 2 cards. Priest of Titania. There's not a lot of value in their deck when the creatures are this low costed. They can't really afford to block or not block because of this Massacre Worm. Turned around quick, didn't it? Well, let's just go ahead and attack. Alright, well, you take 2 more damage. Do I just go full Rave Titan? Let's go Grave Titan. It's hard to not want to Grave Titan. Opponent doesn't counter it. Summoner's Pact. So they can cast that. They can't. Oh, yeah, they can get something awesome. Yeva. Alright, Yeva lets them play some spells as an instant. Alright, interesting deck by my opponent. I like a more value-oriented Rashmi. The Elves angle is pretty cool. Seaborn Views is obviously really good with Rashmi. Just managed to get enough lands, and Massacre Worm is really good against a bunch of 1/1s, it turns out. Alright, I got a game. I am on the draw. Playing against Breya. I believe this is a different player than before. My hand looks pretty good, though. I don't know, Liliana probably not the greatest. I'm still going to keep it. Alright, Obnixilus is pretty good. Especially for 4 mana. And he's got the Mana Rock. Because they always do. I guess they didn't last time, but, you know. Bright side, we can kill Breya. Looks like my opponent isn't casting Breya this turn. Looks like it's just a Talisman and a Miss Land Drop. Alright. Well, I could Liliana. I could Bloodghast. I could other Liliana. I could Yahenni. I don't know if I'm playing around a counterspell here. Let's assume that we are. Alright. And then, let's say go. We could actually potentially Yahenni and Liliana next turn. I don't think I want to do that because we need to kill a Breya. We can Breya, we can Hero's Downfall Breya, Liliana kill a token. Alright. Alright, well that's pretty good too. It looks like they are holding up a counterspell. I'm still going to go for this. Maybe I should have done it post-combat. No, this has haste. I guess it does the same damage either way, but this is commander damage. Because, no. Alright, they're Force of Willing. Yahenni, which is fine. Opponent's down to 2 cards. They have a Phyrexian Arena, though, so that's not as critical. Breya's almost certainly coming down. Probably going to kill Liliana. Just to make sure she doesn't flip. Oh, Supreme Verdict. Alright. Well, that doesn't really count. Let's play Ob Nixilis. Opponent does have a counterspell. Alright. Not gonna lie, these Breya decks are supremely unpleasant to play against. Here comes Breya, I assume? No? A mere battle sphere. Wow, okay. Well, let's Toxic Deluge for 7. And return a creature card from your graveyard to your hand. Wouldn't mind having that Liliana back. I don't know if that's the play. Or if we just tick it up. Let's do it. I guess they can Breya and then sack 2 tokens to deal with Liliana. And maybe they couldn't have if I ticked her up. But we got the other Liliana back. The other Liliana is pretty awesome. I'd like to draw some lands here, though. Opponent's pretty clearly playing Breya here. Oh, Dak Faden. Alright. Are they going to take my Jet Medallion? They always have the Dak Faden, too, man. I just run into Dak Faden so often. Like, they don't even have tutors anymore. How do they keep drawing Dak Faden, like, in every game? They draw a lot of cards, which is probably part of it. But then they draw even more cards because of the Dak Faden. The card is nuts. Yeah, she's not living. Alright, finally drew another land. We've lost our Jet Medallion, though, which sucks. Let's tick that up on the token. And then let's kill Breya. And say go. Dak Faden is so amazing. Opponent is looking at 4 cards per turn right now and getting to keep 2 of them. I think that alone is pretty close to insurmountable. Alright, Signet doesn't mean a lot. Playing another Breya. It would be cool if you didn't. Card is so good. It does everything, basically. Although, like, generally, I mean, the -4/-4 is amazing, but just the 3 bodies is pretty clutch. Like, my opponent's looking at 4 cards per turn, and all they had to do was cast Breya, and I'm pretty much stone dead. Like, I can't deal with it. You know, I could have ticked it up on, well, then I'm just dealing with this Liliana dying. I could have ticked it up on Blood Gas, killed my Blood Gas. Well, played the Liliana first. Ticked it up on Blood Gas. Played the land to get Blood Gas back. I've got this Liliana flipped. But then I can't block with anything. I don't know. I'm not sure if there's an out here. If I still had my Jet Medallion, I'd actually be in pretty good position. Because I could cast quite a bit. Alright, let's play the Liliana. Let's kill this thing. Let's play the Horror Specs. I attack a Dak Faden with a Blood Gas. My opponent makes it really, the block really unattractive. Do you have Mana Tithe? Oh my god. Opponent has everything. I mean, they're looking at an amazing number of cards per turn. Non-legendary creature card with converted mana cost X or less. Nothing looks too good there. Alright, well, we got a zombie. Our last hope, Liliana, is gonna die. They can kill one or the other. Alright, well, I guess I gotta block Breya. It's not a great proposition. Probably giving up here unless I draw something incredible. I suppose we could Yahenni and swing in a Dak Faden. It's probably just getting countered. No, my opponent plays Narset. To give something rebound? What are you casting? Vindicate. Alright, we'll just... That was not very fun. Alright, got another match. I am on the play. This hand looks pretty good. Playing against Sliver Overlord. Is this Slivers or just 5-color good stuff? Guess we'll Thoughtseize and find out. Could Thoughtseize ourselves and reanimate Smothering Abomination, but I don't think that's a good play. We have the flavor win of Yahenni and his expertise. Unsure about this card. Hopefully we can make our Yahenni bigger than 3. It is Slivers. Hibernation, Metallic, Homing, True Conviction. Long way from playing True Conviction. Let's get rid of the Hibernation. Not sure about my opponent's hand. Yahenni's expertise actually might end up being pretty good. So far, I haven't had much luck with the Yahenni and Wrath plan. And I need some kind of like token maker or recurring creature to make the Smothering Abomination good. I don't know why in the world I played an Urborg into an opponent that's missing black mana. Oh, they have black mana, but still, there was no reason to play the Urborg there. I even questioned whether or not I wanted to put it in the deck. I decided I put enough non-black lands in the deck that I decided it was worth it. Getting all of our reanimation spells, but nothing to reanimate. So Metallic Sliver, Glacial Fortress, Plains in the Swamp, played that. So we knew about those 5 cards. Homing Sliver. I don't think I want to play Yahenni yet. I think I want to hold up. I think I want to Wrath. Which has probably got my opponent questioning life. I'm actually a little bit worried about this Homing Sliver. It's pretty good. Maybe I should have taken it. No, there's Sliver Cycling. Mana Weft. Alright. Ashnod's Altar. That card keeps just not being good. It's like you just don't... I mean, like... The mana might be good every once in a while, but you don't need the sacrifice outlet. Not really. Your commander is a sacrifice outlet. I got another one right here. Although it's free, but it's triggered, not activated. No intention of letting them keep the Mana Weft Sliver around. I could just cycle the Smoldering Abomination for a card. All slivers have each sliver in each player's hand. No, I don't want either of those abilities. Opponent has enough to play Sliver Overlord. Which I can't really deal with. Alright, let's Arena then. Slivers you control have 1 mana. No, they can just gain control of it. Sliver Overlord, definitely a problem. Yahenni's expertise wouldn't have taken care of it anyways. I just haven't drawn any answers to it. Killing Mana Whiff was almost certainly right. It's true conviction, too. Turns this into a 2-turn clock. I can block with a Smoldering Aberration. Alright, they're not playing the true conviction. Crystalline Sliver. Alright, so that gets rid of targeted removal. So it's Damnation or Banchu's Last Reckoning or Bust. I think. Well, we could reanimate a Sliver now. Sidisi. Yeah, I guess so. I could have maybe kept this around. Yeah, I probably should have reanimated something to keep it around. Because it has Death Touch, it makes attacks really awkward. That almost certainly would have been correct. That took a minute. Then we take Damnation. Let's protect ourselves by reanimating the Mana Whiff Sliver. I guess we lose 2 life, but we can't take a true conviction hit. I guess true conviction makes keeping Sidisi around pretty bad. I mean, it just doesn't matter. But they can't target the Mana Weft. Looks like this is true conviction. Paradox Engine. What am I looking at? Alright, well, no reason to take 7 damage. We don't need the mana that bad. Let's play the Horospecs. We could cycle the Anime Dead for 2 cards, actually, if we wanted to. Tapped land, that's pretty good. They thought they had enough mana to play Sliver Overlord? Not quite. I guess Paradox Engine is really good with Mana Weft Sliver. Like, super good with Mana Weft Sliver. All Slivers have. Weave Fate. Alright. So Jet Medallion into Anime Dead for 1. Abomination. Sacrifice the whatever you get to the acidic to do 2 damage to the acidic sliver. I think that's right. That seems pretty good. Oh, it's not a black spell. It's not a black spell, so I can't use the ability. That sucks. I was thinking it was a black spell, so it would cost less. Let's play the Cryptgrass and say go. Opponent can throw their creature at my Cryptgrass, but then I can draw 2 cards. So Ashnod's Altar finally starting to look pretty good. Misplay on the counting mana. I actually counted up my mana, but I was counting Smoldering Abomination as a black card. I'll probably sacrifice the Smoldering Abomination to itself and draw 2 cards. Alright. Double Strike Lifelink. Alright. Do I sacrifice it now? I don't think it really matters. I'm still not particularly convinced that Ashnod's Altar and Smoldering Abomination are good. Just because they're good here. Alright, drew a swamp. Another swamp. Dust Bowl Bitter Blossom. I was just talking about how my life total is getting low, and we drew a Bitter Blossom. I don't think it particularly matters. Let's play Yahenni. Oh, we can extort, can't we? Where did I get all that mana for? Oh, because it costs one less. Oh, I forgot about that. That's so awesome. Another creature you control dies. We get a token on Yahenni. Alright, there's that token. And we swing for all this damage. Let's play Bitter Blossom for the free chump blockers. Definitely gonna extort. And Zulaport Cutthroat for whenever we sack a Bitter Blossom token or chump block, then it makes the Bitter Blossom not even cost life. Horror Specs doesn't trigger off tokens, unfortunately. The Sliver Queen. I don't think I've ever seen the Paradox Engine do less. It could become good at some point in the near future. But so far, it's done nothing. It untapped a Sliver Overlord once, but then I just untapped and Damnationed. Opponent doesn't have enough mana to activate the ability. Collective Brutality. Except we just drew a Hero's Downfall. Do I need this mana for anything? I could Dust Bowl right now. I think that keeps them... it doesn't necessarily keep them off of... casting it again, but... it uses the mana. They'd have to draw a land to replay... or have a land. Swing with all these guys. I think the Phyrexian Arena has been pretty clutch. Okay, opponent throws in the towel there. Probably deservedly so. It turned around for him quick. I thought we were pretty far behind, and then Managed to pull it out. At another match, we are on the playing against Narset. Well, we got a lot of removal that's not going to do anything, but a Theomancer doesn't do anything, but I mean, what else are we going to do? We can Altar's Reap the Theomancer token. We're on the play at least. Narset seems like it might be one that's hard to beat. We've got a lot of targeted removal, least of which is this Fatal Push. I guess an indestructible Yahenni can block Narset. So then the Theomancer actually is pretty good. Do we play into this counterspell though? Let's play Yahenni. If it is a counterspell, I'd rather have Yahenni countered than a Theomancer. Alright. Alright, well they got the bolt. So, another decent interaction for us. I mean, it's not great, but it's better than having the Theomancer bolted. Alright, well let's play the Theomancer. Theomancer resolves. Opponent probably had to read it. And they have a swords. Oh, that's even worse. I can't victimize it. Opponent so far has dealt with all of our things. Which isn't saying a lot. We didn't have that many things. We had 2 things. This is kind of a poor hand. Well, Cabal Coffers taps for a lot of mana. It taps for 4, so it lets us play around 4 spike, I think. Yeah. And it also lets us play Yahenni just a bunch of times. So we need a repeatable way to make Yahenni indestructible. Otherwise we're going to have some trouble with Narset. I guess one way, just like once, is enough to kill Narset. We also do have a bunch of Wraths and stuff like that. And Liliana. Oh, there's an Narset. Alright. Not a creature. Not a creature. Maybe we should have Tech Edge last turn. I don't think Alter's Reef does anything. We're in some trouble. Alright. So this taps for 5 and it... Let's hope they don't flip anything really good. Oh, they flipped a Time Warp. I think this is probably over already. And just cast the Time Warp and the Talisman and move on to your next turn. Yeah. I was hoping to limit their mana with that Tech Edge. Instead, it ended up limiting ours more. By quite a bit. Whiff, Probe, Fevered Vision, Basalt Monolith, Strionic Resonator. Alright. Jeez, yeah, I kind of wish I had played a Swamp. I mean, I didn't know that opponent was going to go off this hard. Alright. Without the Cobble Coffers, we're absolutely dead. Alright, got another game. I am on the draw. Playing against Queen Marchesa. Hand's not great, but it's keepable. I think I keep the this hand here. A Scry would make it better, but we got 2 good spells and we can cast them. Can't imagine her deck's going to be super good against Queen Marchesa. Queen Marchesa just has so many answers. I mean, we might want to wait until we can make Yahenni indestructible. Hopefully we can draw like a small creature like this turn. That would be fantastic. Well, we can Collective Brutality them. That's pretty good. Get rid of their removal or whatever card's going to cause us the most amount of trouble. It's just Vindicate and lands. So we'll take the Vindicate. Thank you very much. Vindicate would definitely cause us problems. Opponent can swing at Liliana with that Victimize, man. Just has not performed well. Yahenni might still die. But it gives us a way to, like, after we kill Queen Marchesa with Liliana, we have something we can do to take the monarchy from them. And they might even look in the block with Queen Marchesa. And then we get it out of the way. Alright, Urborg actually is pretty awesome for us because we got the Cabal Coffers in our hand. Like, instantly turns on. We could play Ob Nixilis. Because our opponent played Urborg. This taps for 4 mana, and then we have 1 more. I think Liliana's probably better. It's close. Alright, and we get to draw a card. Contamination, interesting. Yeah, I was about to say, opponent should have lands. Do they have anything to do? So we saw the Urborg. Painful Truce. Okay. We've seen 1 swamp. They should have another swamp and a plains in their hand. Inquisition. Alright. That takes Victimize or Contamination. Probably Contamination. Neither of these particularly good right now. Contamination could be good when I'm trying to leverage it for a win at some point. Yeah, they take Contamination. This Victimize has continuously done nothing. Are they bolting Yahenni? Oh no, they're just tapping out. Let's attack. Vampire, Whaleboat, Zombie, Human Assassin. Okay. So that's actually a really good draw. I guess we'll just discard the Let's draw a card first, and then let's discard the Victimize. If they play Queen Marchesa, we can just Victimite her. So there's the plains. So Swamp is the only card we know about. Theoretically, they've drawn a number of spells. probably looking to take the monarchy back. Alright, opponent plays Crackling Doom. I guess that kills Liliana, huh? These decks usually have a lot of answers to Planeswalkers anyways. We already got rid of Vindicate, which is one of them. What's this spell? Opponent just says go. Let's draw a card. Disciple of Bolas is another card that is completely underperformed. And we drew the other card that's... So, yeah. Drawing some suboptimal cards against a very efficient deck. Not exactly where you want to be. Well, we could. No, let's wait. This is Yahenni. I'm not going to play the altar. I want to keep the victim a night up. They got a removal spell. Not sure what they're tapping mana for. Guess we'll find out. Mardu Charm. Create 2 white, what? They gain first strike. Alright. Alright. You gonna block with both of them? I'm fine with that. I'm just gonna let it... Oh, never mind. They have first strike. So it's not even a removal spell. It's actually pretty good against us. Ghost Quarter is also really good. It's kind of depending on being able to use Cabal Coffers. Stop on my... Okay. Not interested in that. Alright. Yes, please. Swamp. Do I want to give him the... No. I'm going to have trouble getting it back. It sucks to lose it, to lose the removal spell. Let's draw a card. Read the bones. Let's play Massacre Worm. Blocks Queen Marchesa. Let's play Bloodsoaked Champion. Opponent will have a hard time playing Queen Marchesa and killing the Massacre Worm. I will definitely trade. Especially with the anime dead. Could potentially remove the Bloodsoaked Champion. I don't know how good that is. Alright, they draw a card. Let's draw a card. Let's attack. Play a Swamp. I think I will play the Disciple now. Let's play the Bloodglass. I was thinking about reanimating the Massacre Worm. It's not very good. Again, opponent's going to have a hard time removing the Disciple of Olas and attacking with the Queen Marchesa. I'll gladly just chump block. Made it really difficult for my opponent to keep the monarchy, which is surprising. Stoneforge Mystic. All right, well that's pretty good. Sword of Feast and Famine. Are you going to equip it? I actually can't do anything about that, can I? I guess I could, a sacrifice creature would do it. Whenever a player draws a card, you lose 2 life. So I draw a card. Oh, it's really good with the monarchy. I think think it's probably, yeah, let's, bottom, bottom. Let's Inquisition them. Let's take the sword. Anything worth animate deading? Enemy dead kind of makes it so they can't attack, doesn't it? Because oh, that's pretty good, I guess. I can't draw on. Oh, I can draw a card here, and then when they draw a card, they die. I think that's right. Is there a reason to play anything? I guess they can Lightning Helix on their upkeep to stay alive. Or right now. Alright, they just let it go. Alright, we... I can't believe I won that. That was pretty amazing. That was a tough one. So the deck is not very good against Breya. It has some game, but Breya's just like outmatches it, I think, pretty much most of the time. The removal suite I kind of targeted. There's a lot of these one cost removal, ulcerate, and like, well, Tragic Slip's pretty good. Fatal Push, and then Smother. Like the removal suite was kind of targeted at the Tymna decks. And Breya's pretty hard to remove anyways. Tymna, at least if you remove it a couple of times, they're probably never going to cast it again. If you could remove Breya 4 times and they'd still find a way to cast it that 5th time. Breya decks, that's just what they do. So it's a lot harder to get around Breya. The game against Narset was pretty bad. But we do have answers. Like, I didn't realize at the time that some of the outs were the Fleshbag Marauder and the other guy. Can't remember, never remember names. Merciless Executioner. So those were a couple ways out. There were a few other things. It's definitely possible to beat that kind of a deck. And I think this has a decent game against the Tymna decks. I mean, possibly. Like, you can block it. You can Wrath them. Wrath is really good against Tymna decks. So... But, I mean, it's going to be an uphill battle against those heavily refined decks. A good start would be to get out some of the cards that underperformed. So, Ashnod's Altar underperformed. I didn't like it very much at all. Disciple of Bolas underperformed. I think Smoldering Abomination wasn't particularly very good. I never saw Sifter of Skulls. That's one more expensive, but it's... whenever another non-token creature dies, you get a token. So it's a token maker. It's one of the more expensive token makers. Pawn of Ulamog's probably better. But I never drew that. So, Solemn Simulacrum is probably a little slow. So, like, some of the 4 and maybe, probably not any of the 5 mana cost things. and definitely not Massacre Worm. Massacre Worm is actually really awesome for a 6-drop. It overperformed Grave Titan by a lot, a lot. Grave Titan is awesome, but Massacre Worm it can turn the tide of a game. Like, I don't think you ever cut Massacre Worm from this deck. You cut Grave Titan first if you're trying to lower the curve. I'm not sure you need to cut Grave Titan, so I think that's a good start right there. And then, maybe some of the other cards are a little less optimal. The cards that were awesome, though, were Ophiomancer was pretty good. Phyrexian Arena is obviously awesome. The Lilianas were all really good. Ob Nixilis, when I drew it, that was pretty good. I think Altar's Reap is probably not the best. It's an instant, at least. So, you can use it to respond to removal. So that's pretty awesome. Like, you just don't need a bunch of sacrifice outlets. You need things that do really good things. So, but I enjoyed the deck. I thought it was really exciting when it worked. When all the pistons were firing, it's really, really powerful. It takes a little bit to set up, though, so it's going to have some problems against those refined decks. But yeah, that's all for the day. I hope you enjoyed this deck. It's a really cool deck. Try it out if you want. Refine it. If you find a better version, let me know. But thank you for watching. Have a good night.